Have you ever found yourself doing that digital dance, juggling multiple screens, trying to get the right thing, showing on the right display?
Oh, yeah, definitely. At home, maybe, or you see it in pubs, restaurants.
Exactly. Trying to get the game on one TV, a movie on another, maybe something else entirely somewhere else.
Or, yeah, watching staff in a venue just wrestling with different feeds for different
It
screens.
can look like a real mess, right? Wires, remotes everywhere.
A total headache sometimes.
Well, okay, let's unpack this. We're going to dive into something that might sound pretty technical at first blush.
But it's actually about making those big multi-screen setups simpler, much simpler.
Think of it like the ultimate traffic controller for all your audio and video.
A digital traffic controller, that's a good way to put it.
So today, our deep dive is focusing on one specific piece of gear.
Hmm.
The WolfPack Silver 4K 30Hz 16x16 HDMI Matrix Switch. And our mission really is to unpack this thing, figure out what it is, how it actually works, and maybe why it's kind of a vital piece of kit in lots of places, professional setups, even home environments.
And hopefully by the end, you'll have a really clear idea of what it can do and maybe why it's more relevant than you think.
Exactly.
What's really fascinating to me is how just one box, one piece of hardware, can impose order on what could be total chaos, all those screens and sources.
Yeah.
If you sort of connect it to the bigger picture, it's all about getting stuff distributed smoothly, and controlled easily.
Like those sports bars you mentioned, or big restaurants, maybe even complex home theaters.
Precisely. The ability to just, effortlessly send any input signal to any screen,
Right.
or even lots of screens at once. That's incredibly powerful.
And it probably just happens without anyone noticing.
Most of the time, yeah. That's the goal. Seamless.
Okay, so let's get into the basics. It's called a 16x16 HDMI Matrix Switch. What does that 16x16 actually tell someone who's managing, say, a complex AV setup? What does that mean day to day?
Well, it boils down to flexibility, like almost total flexibility. Imagine you've got 16 different things plugged in.
Okay, like Blu-ray players, cable boxes.
Game consoles, media servers, maybe
Yeah.
a security camera. Yeah,
Yeah.
16 HDMI inputs.
Right.
And then you've got 16 HDMI outputs. So 16 different TVs or projectors or monitors.
16 screens. Got it.
The matrix part is the magic. It means you can route any one of those 16 sources to any one of the 16 screens.
Any to any.
Any to any. Or you could send one source, say the big game, to all 16 screens simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
Or you could have 16 completely different things showing on 16 different screens. Or, 5 screens showing source 1, 3 showing source 2, the rest showing source 3.
Any combination you can think of.
Pretty much. It's that dynamic one-to-many or many-to-many capability. It just gives you complete freedom over where your content goes.
That level of control does sound incredibly useful. Now, you mentioned it supports 4K resolution at 30 Hz, and it's compliant with HDCP 1.4. Okay, HDCP.
Yeah.
For anyone listening who's maybe stared at a blank screen trying to play a movie, can you explain what HDCP is and why being compliant, like 1.4 compliant, is so critical here?
Yeah, absolutely. HDCP, high bandwidth digital content protection. It's basically like a digital handshake.
A handshake, yeah.
When you try to send protected stuff like a movie from Netflix or a Blu-ray, sometimes even live TV, between devices, they need to do this little digital check. Are you allowed to show this? Are you a legitimate device?
Yeah.
If that handshake fails for any reason, bang, black screen, or the picture just cuts out. Super frustrating.
Tell me about it.
So this switch, with its built-in HDCP 1.4 management, it acts like a really good negotiator.
Ah,
It handles that whole authentication process internally. It makes sure all the devices are playing nice, talking correctly, legally. So those infuriating no-picture moments, they should pretty much disappear.
that alone sounds worth it.
It solves a lot of common problems, yeah.
Yeah.
And the 4K 30 Hz part, that just means it can handle really sharp, ultra-high-definition video,
Yeah.
up to 30 frames per second.
Which is good for.
Perfect for most movies, presentations, a lot of sports broadcasts too. Gives you that really crisp, clear image.
Okay, so it's not just about getting the signal there, but making sure it's high quality and it actually shows up.
Exactly. Quality and compatibility.
And technically, it has this bandwidth of 340 megahertz, supporting up to 10.2 gigabits per second.
Yeah.
What do those numbers mean for, the person actually watching the screen?
Think of bandwidth like the width of a highway. 340 megahertz, 10.2 gigabits per second. That's a really wide highway.
Yeah.
It means the switch has plenty of capacity to handle all that data, especially those high-res 4K signals, without creating traffic jams or slowdowns.
No buffering symbols?
Hopefully not. It ensures that even if you're pushing a lot of information through it, maybe multiple 4K streams at the same time, you get a stable, clean picture, no lag, no degradation. It just flows smoothly.
That makes sense. Now, controlling a system like this, I was looking at the options, and there seem to be quite a few.
Yeah, they give you a lot of ways in.
It feels like it's built for flexibility there, too. From a simple remote to, like, a full web page.
That's right. The control options are really comprehensive. You've got your standard IR remote.
Little handheld clicker.
Yep, and buttons right there on the front panel with a little LCD screen so you know what you're doing. Good for quick changes if you're right there.
Makes sense.
Then you've got RS-232. That's more for the pros, the installers. It lets them integrate the switch into a bigger smart home system or a commercial control setup.
Like Crestron or Control 4 or something.
Exactly. So you can control everything from one main interface. Very slick.
Okay.
But for a lot of users, I think the really handy ones are the PC software control and maybe even more so the WBB.
The Web GUI. So like a web page.
Yeah, you access it through any standard web browser on your tablet, your laptop, even your phone.
Oh, wow.
And from there, you can manage all the routing, set up presets, everything. It's super convenient, especially if you're, say, managing a restaurant floor and need to change channels while walking around.
You don't have to run back to the rack room.
Exactly. Control from anywhere on your network. That's a huge plus.
That web interface does sound pretty intuitive. Now, we've talked a lot about the picture, the video. What about the sound? How does this make sure the audio is just as good? Are there audio traps it helps you avoid?
Great question. Audio is half the experience, right?
Absolutely.
So this unit, it doesn't skimp there. It supports things like deep color,
Which means?
richer, more vibrant colors, more true-to-life picture, and lip sync.
Ah, crucial.
Yes, ensures the sound perfectly matches the actor's lips on screen. No weird delays that just pull you right out of the movie.
Hate that.
We all do. Plus, it handles all the high-end HD lossless audio formats, Dolby Digital True HD, DTS HD Master Audio.
The good stuff.
The really good stuff. So your sound is absolutely pristine, uncompressed, just like the director intended. It passes it all through cleanly.
And something else that caught my eye, saving and recalling presets. That sounds like more than just convenience. Like a real time saver.
Oh, absolutely. It's a game changer in busy environments.
Can you walk us through maybe a scenario where that would be super helpful?
Sure. Imagine you're managing that sports bar again. It's a packed Saturday afternoon.
Oh.
You've got 16 TVs. 2 massive games are kicking off. Maybe there's a breaking news alert on another channel. And then later, everyone needs to switch to the big pay-per-view fight.
Sounds chaotic.
Without presets. Yeah, it's chaos. Running around, punching buttons, trying to get every screen right. Mistakes happen.
Right.
With presets, the manager sets them up beforehand. Call one, NFL Sunday, another breaking news, another fight night.
Just label them.
Exactly.
Right.
Then, with one click on that web interface or tapping one button, boom. All 16 TVs instantly switch to the correct configuration.
Instantly.
Well, very quickly. The switching speed is actually really fast, around 4 seconds, they say, so minimal disruption. And it transforms that potential chaos into, smooth operation.
Those minutes save stress.
Absolutely. Makes running the place way more efficient. Oh, and it also handles closed captions, passes them through, which is important for accessibility.
Good point. Okay, so we've got powerful routing, amazing picture and sound quality, really flexible control. What about the physical side? Setting it up, cable lengths can be an issue in big places, right?
They definitely can. The switch itself, directly from its HDMI outputs, supports cables up to about 25 feet, assuming you're using decent quality, like 24 AWG cables.
Which is okay for many setups, but maybe not a huge venue.
Right. But it's designed to work perfectly with optional HDMI extenders, specifically HDMI to C6 extenders.
Oh, using network cable.
Exactly. That's the standard way to send HDMI signals really long distances, hundreds of feet reliably and cost-effectively. So it's built with those larger installations in mind.
And the unit itself.
It's a standard 19-inch rack-mountable design, so it slots neatly and securely into professional AV racks, keeps everything tidy, manageable, safe.
Okay, so who really needs this kind of power? I mean, the list of places it could be used is pretty diverse.
It really is.
You've got the obvious ones, like sports bars, restaurants, casinos.
Yep. Bowling alleys, fitness centers, shopping malls.
Places of worship.
Yeah.
Data centers, gaming rooms.
And things like nail salons, apparently. And, of course, sophisticated home theaters.
It really seems like anywhere you have multiple screens and multiple things you want to show on them.
This kind of matrix switch becomes the central hub, the workhorse that makes it all possible.
Yeah.
And connecting this back to the bigger picture, it just shows how this sort of specialized gear quietly enables those seamless viewing experiences we take them for granted, don't we?
We really do.
This rack mount box isn't just a switch. It's really the heart of a pretty sophisticated AV distribution system. It takes something potentially very complex, getting the right signal to the right screen reliably with high quality, and makes it manageable, effortless even.
Okay, so let's try and recap this deep dive then.
Yeah.
We've been looking at the WolfPack Silver 4K 30Hz 16x16 HDMI Matrix Switch,
Right.
and we've seen how it acts as this really powerful central hub. It connects any of its 16 HDMI inputs to any of its 16 HDMI outputs.
Giving you that incredible flexibility.
And the control is flexible too, with those 5 different methods: the IO remotes, the RS-232 for pro integration, the PC software, the front buttons, and especially that really cool Web GUI.
Making it easy to manage however you need to.
Plus, it delivers on quality. 4K at 30 Hz, plenty of bandwidth, and that crucial HDCP 1.4 management to avoid those blank screens.
Ensuring you get a great picture and sound reliably.
And we touched on just how widely it can be used, from those busy sports bars to churches, malls, and even high-end home setups. It's kind of the unsung hero behind the scenes.
Yeah, this deep dive really gives you a shortcut, doesn't it, to understanding a pretty critical piece of AV gear. Maybe helps you have that aha moment about how things work in places you go to all the time.
Right. It makes you realize how they managed to make it look so easy.
Exactly. Turning a potential headache into a smooth, synchronized experience.
So what does this all really mean then? It makes you think, doesn't it? About how these powerful, often invisible technologies like this WolfPack Silver Matrix Switch are constantly, quietly shaping how we see things. In public, at home.
Enabling everything from watching multiple games at once to seeing synchronized ads in a huge shopping mall.
Yeah. And it kind of raises a bigger question, maybe, as the way we watch stuff gets more and more fragmented, more screens, more sources.
Yeah.
How do these unsung heroes, these connectivity devices, keep evolving? How do they make sure we stay, seamlessly plugged in?
That's a great question to ponder. How does the technology keep pace with our ever-increasing demands for content everywhere?